It is Thursday, April 18th, and the Dong Report is back in your life. I'm Matt Modi, and I have one home run prediction and one strikeout prop for you guys today. It's a light slate of MLB games. I think we only have 5 going on today, and it's a pretty gross game from a weather perspective with some games having rain issues. So playing this slate pretty light, admittedly. I might have one more play as the day goes on, and if I do, I'll send it out to my Dub Club, and I'll post it on Twitter as well. So if you're interested in that, make sure to follow me on Twitter or check out my Dub Club where I send everything out, which you can find a link for that in the description of the video as well as the pinned comment. Before we can get into today's picks, we got to do a recap from yesterday, which was, we got a home run to MASH yesterday, which was good. We got one of our 4, so we were up slightly 0.1 units there. Granted, I'm playing these light, so of course the profits are going to be light as well. We got hooked on our one strikeout prop, though, Tariq Skubal. He only needed to get one more strikeout, and the last 2 batters that he faced each had 2 strikes, each fouled some balls off, but he didn't get that last one, so that was an L. Down 1 unit there. It's admittedly been a pretty brutal start to the MLB season. Home runs are down across the board, which makes sense why the Dong Report is down. And then for our strikeout props, we've gotten hooked on our last 2 plays. If those go differently, we're in the green, but they didn't. So that's just kind of how it goes. Hopefully we can turn these things around as the season goes on, as we get more data. I'm very confident. And as the weather gets warmer, the balls are going to start going farther as well. Hopefully they lighten up the balls a little bit like they did a couple years ago, so they're not just juicing the balls down. Regardless, I would appreciate it if you're watching this video, if you could like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But we can get into today's picks. The first and only Dong play we have of the day, Angels versus Rays. I'm taking Mike Trout to hit a home run, plus 320 odds at Bet Rivers. So Trout, he's just been crushing Dongs the entire season. It's honestly a little bit embarrassing that he has not appeared yet on the Dong Report. He's just eluded my research, and I'm guessing part of the metrics that I use are taking too much into account last year's data with Mike Trout where he wasn't quite himself. That's not an excuse. That's just kind of why he has eluded my research. Not letting that mistake happen again today. I love this spot for Mike Trout. He's got 8 home runs on the year. He's got 5 in the last 14 days as well. In this last 14-day stretch, he has an ISO rate of 40.8%, a barrel rate of 15.4%. Excellent in both of those metrics. And if you look even further than that, he's got a fly ball ratio of 46.2%. Generally for home runs, you want that to be 45% and above. Obviously, that's not a end-all be-all, but that's just kind of what you look for. And he's got a pull rate of 46.2% as well. It's kind of funny how they match up exactly. That's what Fangraphs is telling me. If they're wrong, so be it. But they said that he has a 46.2% fly ball and pull rate. Both of those are good for home runs. And what's really, really good for this specific matchup is he's been hitting fastballs by far the best of any pitch. If you look at just runs above average, he's actually hit fastballs at the 4th best rate in the entire MLB, tied with Yordan Alvarez, which is a pretty good person to be tied with. He also hits cutters and he hits changeups as well at an above average rate. Not as good as fastballs, but still above average. That just happens to be the 3 pitches that the pitcher he's going up against of the Rays, Ryan Peixoto, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but those are the 3 pitches that the Rays pitcher throws. And that Rays pitcher also allows a barrel rate of 10%, a hard hit percentage of 42.5%, a fly ball ratio of 47.5%. All 3 of those metrics, they're in the bottom 15, 20 of the entire MLB. So like each one individually is pretty bad. And then you take them into account, the fact that they're all 3 pretty bad shows a pretty good pitching matchup for Mike Trout. He's never faced him before, but he should have the advantage here. Let's hope he dongs one again. Comes through for us, getting ourselves in the green. I should say I put a half unit on him to hit a home run. Normally I've been doing them quarter units, but I've been playing more. So with one play, I'm playing that for a half unit. That's our dong play. Next up, we have our strikeout prop of the day. We are going in the same game, actually, Angels-Rays. The pitcher for the Rays, Ryan Peixoto, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, under 6.5 strikeouts, minus 130 odds at Bet365, and I'm playing this one for a full unit. This is going to be my only strikeout prop of the day. There's one play I was debating taking. I just wanted to research it a little bit more, and the sports books took odds away, so I don't really have anything for you there, but once more odds come out, I might have one more play. Again, so just make sure to hit me up on Twitter or Dub Club to get that play. But I mentioned how Trout should have the advantage over this Rays pitcher, and I feel as though I'm not necessarily the Angels are going to hit a bunch of dongs off of him, but I don't think that they're going to strike out a lot either. So I think that this under 6.5 strikeout play is pretty good. Pepio did have one electric start where he struck out 11 Rockies. The Rockies also strike out at the second highest rate in the entire MLB against right-handed pitching. So that makes sense why he was able to strike out so many. The other two games were against the Rangers and the Giants. He went under 6.5 strikeouts in both of those starts. Now, the Angels, they're not quite as low of a strikeout team as the Rangers and the Giants, especially the Rangers, but they're not among the top either. They strike out 22.8% of the time. That's the 11th most in the MLB over the last 14 days. That is considered below average according to FanGraphs standards. For FanGraphs, anything 22% and below is considered below average. I guess above in terms of the strikeout rate going higher. But they're not quite yet in the poor or the awful category either. Looking at other sources here, Ballpark Pal projects him for about 5 strikeouts. So that's a 2 full strikeouts under the number that he would need to hit in order to go over. And we don't have lineup data on the Angels yet. They haven't released their lineups. But if you just look at like their projected lineup, this is just according to MLB.com, they don't have a ton of guys who are huge strikeout threats for Ryan Pepio. And that's also according to Ballpark Pal as well, just looking at the actual pitcher-batter matchup. And if you look at the Angels, not just strikeout rate, but just in general against right-handed pitching, they're top 10 in most statistical measures against right-handed pitching. So not a game I expect Pepio just to have a lot of success in general, not expecting him to pitch super deep into the game either. And that's all we got. Just 2 plays for you guys with the possibility of adding a third. Again, remember to like the video, comment, subscribe. And then I mentioned a couple times that I do have a dub club. Just to highlight that a little bit, it's only $5 a month, and everything that you see me play on Twitter and on YouTube across all sports, that's what I give out on Dub Club. People sign up because sometimes the odds change by the time they watch the YouTube videos, or they just don't care about the YouTube videos, but they still want to tail. That's kind of why I have the Dub Club. $5 a month gets everything sent directly to your phone, text, email, Telegram, however you want it. But you can also just get everything for free on YouTube and on Twitter if you'd prefer that. And that's all we got. Lighter slate today, lighter card, but let's hope we can go 2-0. Appreciate everybody for watching, and have a good one.